Welcome to another vlog. It's a very gloomy, rainy Sunday in the city. It's a little bit later already in the day. It's like 2:15. We went for brunch with friends this morning and then we just kind of came back here and chilled for a little. Avery is out to go watch football with his friends and I'm about to go for a Pilates workout. So I figured I would just do a little Sunday in the life, hang out with you guys at home. I'm gonna cook some food later. I'm gonna make some chicken thighs and some rice and other stuff. Just have like a nice, easy Sunday meal from home. And honestly, the reason why I thought I would pick up the vlog is because I've been trying to film this Q&A I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks and it just hasn't worked out. So I figured instead of just making things so complicated for myself, I would include the questions at the end of this vlog. I'm gonna go get dressed for my class and then we're gonna go to Pilates. I'm wearing a very weather appropriate workout set. I have these aloe leggings that I got last year with the little line. And then I don't know if I've ever shown you guys these tops before, but these are from Aritzia and I love them for workouts in the winter. I feel like I get hot really fast in Pilates classes, so I can never really wear a full sweatshirt, but these long sleeves are amazing. But yeah, I'll link these for you guys. I think they have a couple of different colors. I just go for the black because it goes with everything. It's easy. The only thing I would say is don't throw it in the dryer because it does shrink a little bit. This is a medium. And I got a medium just so it's a little bit more comfy, but yeah, this one has been in the dryer a couple times, so just beware of that. Okay, so since we had breakfast kind of later today, I am also gonna have dinner later than usual, and it's kind of too early to have dinner right now, so I'm making myself a quick little snack. I am actually eating olives right now, but I'm just gonna put the rest of this tuna from yesterday in these little lettuce wraps. Also, this is a new Trader Joe's purchase. This is the little gem lettuce, and you can tell that they're just a little bit smaller than like a regular romaine lettuce, and it makes it so easy to make little lettuce wraps with them. Okay, while I'm in the bathroom, I thought I would share some of my hair care products that I'm currently using because I got a couple questions about that in the Q&A, and I'm actually using a couple of new things. You guys know that I love Daph-nuh. It is my favorite hair care brand. This is like one of my all-time favorite products from them. This is probably like the 4th bottle that I've had. I'm gonna link all this below, but this specific product is like a mix of a detangler and a hydrator. It's called the Oi All-in-One Milk, and it actually is like a milky consistency. Holy grail, amazing product. And then the other products are all part of the same line. So I have 4 products all under the Menu line, which is for colored hair, which I have. So this is the protective shampoo. I love this. I use this a couple times a week, like twice a week probably. And then the other days that I wash my hair, I just use the same Biolage for volume, which I can also link. So that's shampoo. And then for conditioner, I have the regular conditioner. And then I also have this illuminating replenishing mask, and both of them are amazing. I do the hair mask like once a week, and then the conditioner I just use whenever I use the shampoo. And then the other product, which I actually forgot to put in this morning, but it's an illuminating color enhancing serum. So yeah, I thought I would share these with you guys. I know some of you have switched to Daph-nuh after I shared about it, so that's really exciting. If you guys dye your hair, I would definitely recommend this line. I think it's amazing. And I don't want to pick favorites, but I think this is my favorite overall line so far. And then the other product that I was talking about is this air dry cream. It's like reflecting the light from the mirror, but I got this at Sephora and I think this is the perfect product for my type of hair and my type of wave. I've tried a bunch of curly hair products and some of them have worked, a lot of them have been too heavy. Someone recommended this to me too, and I kind of explained what my hair is like I have a lot of hair but it's fine, so I need something lightweight. Curl creams don't really work. Mousse is also kind of weighing my hair down. I don't know why. But anyway, so I went and bought this and I've used it twice and it really is amazing. It's like the nicest curl that I've ever had. And it's just this one product. The only thing is I use it in a very specific way. So when I've washed my hair and I've used conditioner, I flip my head with the conditioner still in my hair and I start to like scrunch my hair so that it forms like the curls and the waves. And then I wash out the conditioner, and then with soaking wet hair still, I put this in and I kind of do the exact same action, except I don't put it on my scalp. So I do it more like probably, I don't know. I probably just do it from here down, to be honest, because when I put the product too close to my head, not this product in particular, but products in general, my hair can just go really flat. I just don't have a lot of volume on the top of my head. But I put this product in when it's still soaking wet in the shower, and I really like scrunch the product into my hair. Then once I'm out of the shower, I use a cotton t-shirt and I basically scrunch with the cotton t-shirt, and then I flip my head and I either let it air dry or diffuse it, depending on what I want or how much time I have. I truly am so impressed with how this product has been working, so I'll link it below. And it's not like, it's not drugstore cheap, but it's like kind of like in the middle. This bottle was $26. So I think that if you're doing it every day, it can probably get really expensive, but with work, like I can really only wear it like that once a week at most. I don't know, I'll see how long it lasts me and then I'll probably decide whether I buy it again. Sorry about my dishwasher in the background. I am not quite starting with the full dinner yet, but I am gonna start boiling these mini cutie little potatoes because they're gonna be part of our dinner tonight. These are actually gonna be smashed potatoes in the end, but I have to boil them first. So I'm starting with that, and then I will show you guys everything else in a little bit. Okay, so the potatoes are done. I might have said earlier that I was gonna boil them for 5 minutes, but I actually boiled them for 20 because, sorry, let me just turn this timer off. They have to be soft before you take them off. So boiled them for 20. I'm about to pour them out, and I have to let them sit for 5 minutes before I can put them in the oven, which is perfect timing because I actually ended up putting some carrots in the oven, which I had in the fridge. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I just flipped them, so they should be done soon, but they're sizzling and they're gonna be so amazing. And then for the protein, I'm gonna make chicken thighs, which I'm about to season. I'm gonna cook them in the cast iron, which is my first time doing it by myself, but Avery taught me and I've seen him do it a couple times, so I think I'm gonna be able to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna use the spice mix from my mom, which is like a mix of 6 or 7 ingredients. I had the recipe one time and then I forgot it, so I don't exactly know what's in here, but it's good. And then I will show you guys this obviously, but I'm gonna heat up the cast iron, get both sides of the chicken thigh really crispy, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven for the remainder of the time. So I'm excited. I'm starting to get really hungry. Okay, this is the final product. I feel like it turned out so good and I can't wait to dig in. The chicken was honestly so easy, and now that I've done it myself once, I feel so confident about it, and I'm definitely gonna make this way more often. Our favorite thing to do at night is to make tea. We've really gotten into tea lately, probably over the past few months, honestly, which makes sense because it's a very fall winter thing to drink. But our tea collection is out of control. So I thought I would show you guys some of the teas that we've been loving. And also make some tea to drink while I film the Q&A. So credit mainly goes to Avery for all of this because he's the one that kind of got us started on trying different teas and things like that. I always grew up drinking tea. My parents are big tea drinkers and we would just have it every night, but I never really had a lot of variety. So kind of all started probably in September when we were still going to the farmer's market, and Avery came across this cellar. And it's funny because this is actually Dutch, or it might be Afrikaans, but it translates into 2 fountains. So we really love this brand of loose leaf tea. This one is clearly our favorite. This is the Ginger Boost. We've finished like 3 or 4 of these already. And then the other ones are Calendula Sunrise and Flower Power. I can try and find these online because they have a website and they're local. They're made in upstate New York. And we also recently went to this tea shop in Soho, which I can also link if you guys are in the city. It's just fun to go look at all these different teas that they have. And we picked up a couple there. We got yellow and blue, which is chamomile and lavender. Harney & Sons is an amazing brand. They have so many different types of tea and the quality is great. These are tea bags, so it's a little bit easier. This one is my favorite right now. This is white tea with apricot, lemon, and lavender. So good. But this has caffeine, so I can only drink this during the day. Then the other 2 we have from there are a soba tea, which Avery really loves. The soba one also comes loose, so you need a little thing for that, which I also just recently got off Amazon. My soon-to-be sister-in-law, she bought these off Amazon and she sent them to us, and they're perfect for like an individual loose tea. If we're both having the same tea, then we'll just make it in like a bigger pot. But these are so cute. If you just want to make a single pot of tea, you put the loose leaf tea inside of here, and then you put this little guy on top, and then get a mug, and then it just rests, like it just rests inside of the mug like this. Isn't that so adorable? I love it. Then we also have rooibos, which I actually grew up drinking. This is kind of like a comfort tea for me. My mom's a big rooibos tea fan, so I love this one as well. This one's from the Republic of Tea, but all the same store. Now I have to choose which one I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna do the rooibos. Tried and true. I usually don't love filming at night because of the light, but I honestly feel like it looks nice and cozy and it goes with the overall vibe of the video. I also got my tea. It's probably gonna be a little hot actually. Okay, so I figured I would just answer some of the questions at the end of this vlog so that we could do both essentially. And then I don't have to stress myself out on when I'm gonna find time to film this week. Okay, so the first question is, I mean, I got a couple of questions about this over the past few weeks and months since I've opened up about my program. Questions asking me to explain what my program is about, what I'm gonna be doing. And so I'm gonna start with that because I think it was causing a little bit of stress, at least to one person. My program is executive coaching, which if you've never heard of that before, it's essentially coaching within the business context. But there's a lot of different niches within that. So an executive coach could be working with a company and coaching them through like a merger, or coaching their teams on how to perform better, how to work better together. But an executive coach can also work with someone who is going through a life transition or career transition, or is having trouble with behavioral or mindset things in the workplace or in their life. So it's quite a broad term, which I think is also confusing for people. Going down the executive coaching route just gives you so much opportunity for the future, and there's so many different things that you can do with it. And I'm still in the place where I'm discovering what that's gonna look like. And the other reason why I chose this program is because it allows me to get my ICF credential, which was really important to me when I was even looking into programs and thinking about starting this. I think I might have explained this before, so you can skip if you've heard this already, but the ICF is like the gold standard of coaching. And so that is really what makes people legitimate in this industry. And I figure that if I'm actually gonna invest money into doing this program, and I just had a gut feeling that this was my thing, like the thing that I wanted to do next. And so I told myself that if I'm gonna spend the money and the time, because it's so much time and energy too, I wanna go all the way, and I wanna be able to potentially work for a company one day, or potentially, you know, start my own business and really have like all the credentials that make me a professional. So yeah, that is my program in a nutshell. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to shoot me a message or leave me a comment. Another reason why I couldn't film the Q&A is because I last minute decided to do one final assignment, and some of these assignments are optional, so I didn't have to do it, but I was like, I'm just gonna take a stab at this. And it took me so much longer than I thought. Like, I think I spent about 3 days on the assignment, but it was a good learning curve. And now that I finished it this week, it means that I can submit all my paperwork and all my assignments and everything tomorrow. And then I am really just waiting for my diploma from the program and from the university. And then I have to register to take the final exam for the ICF. So that's the only thing that I really still need to do, is actually take the test to get my credential, and then I'm done. I'm free. Yeah, that's pretty much my program in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, like, feel free to shoot me a message. I would love to talk more about it or give you guys more examples of like what would be good for a coach and what would be good for therapy, because there are like a lot of differences. And it's pretty interesting. I think a lot of people could benefit from coaching at various points in their life. Okay, I'm new in the city. I'm feeling lonely. How to cheer myself up and avoid being depressed. I think the best thing to do when you're new to a city and you're not feeling very happy or feeling lonely is to get busy, because the more you think about it and the more time you spend feeling lonely in your apartment, the worse it's gonna be. So join a gym, like get a gym membership, or go and take new workout classes and talk to people. I think another thing that really helps in the beginning is to just kind of say yes and be open to meeting new people, whether that's through work or whether you join like a club of some sort. Going out and doing things not only gets your mind off of how you're feeling, but it also opens you up to new opportunities. And so neither of those things are really gonna happen when you're just sitting at home, you know, especially when you're new to a city. Go out, you know, keep realistic, reasonable expectations, but don't be afraid to put yourself out there. What are some of your resolutions for the new year? So I don't have any specific resolutions for the year. I more so just have things that I want to be more intentional about, or things that I kind of want to refine in my life. Like, I want to add more variety into my life. I want to add more variety into like my diet and my exercise. I also really want to refine the way that I do things and the way that I work during the day. I think there's room for improvement there. Like, I can be more focused, or I can do things in a way that's a little bit more like productive or logical. I feel like I'm already quite productive as it is, but yeah, now that I do a lot of work from home too, I think I'm just realizing these things about myself, or these habits that I have that aren't necessarily the most helpful for me, if that makes sense. For example, one of those things is the multitasking thing that I spoke about in my last vlog, where I feel like I tend to jump from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and then back to the first thing. And sometimes everything ends up being done like 85 or 90%, but not fully complete. So that's like one of the things that I'm intending to get better at this year. And then also I have work goals. Obviously, I want to focus on my coaching stuff. I want to focus on modeling and working with specific clients. And yeah, also just enjoying like where I am right now in my life without always having to worry about the next thing. What's the best decision you've ever made and why? I think my best decision would probably have to be moving to New York, because I wouldn't have this life. I wouldn't know my friends. I wouldn't know Avery. I wouldn't have this career. Like, there's so many things that have happened because of moving to New York that I just wouldn't have if I never took a chance. How do you handle sadness or negative emotions? Do you talk to people about it, or do you have certain methods to process it yourself? For example, journaling. That's a good question. I have both. It just kind of like depends on what the issue is or how I'm feeling. So if it's something that's more like internal, I feel like I go towards journaling more. I go towards thinking more, or even like talking to myself. I know that sounds crazy, but it really helps. I go towards that first, and then I will share it with like Avery or my girlfriends afterwards, once I've had a chance to kind of work through it myself. But then, you know, sometimes it's more something that's situational and that kind of happens in life, and I think those things I'm more likely to share with people sooner than later, because they're just situational, and like I just want to vent, or I just want to like be sad about it, but then in 2 days from now it's not really going to matter, you know? How has it been living with a boyfriend after living alone for so long? So it's been great. I feel like you guys can probably tell that things are really good and I'm really happy. It is funny though, because when I was living alone before I met Avery, I really thought I was gonna have a hard time like eventually living with someone. Just always having my own space and always coming home to the apartment the way that I left it. But now, and I said this to Avery not that long ago, I was like, I honestly can't imagine not living with him. And that also has a lot to do with like who he is as a person and how we get along together. And I mean, we're both pretty easygoing people. He's definitely more easygoing than I am, but it works, and he just, yeah, he's just awesome. So it's really fun, and we also love just doing similar things together. Like we love cooking and chilling, but also like enjoy doing active things, and we love to play games. Like one of our things this winter, get the game, has been just playing games at home. So we love like Rummy Cube and card games, and I just ordered this, which is one of my childhood games that I used to love. So I feel like not only is it easy to live with him, but it's also just fun, and it's like living with your best buddy who's also your boyfriend and also your roommate. It's great. This is an interesting question. I got a couple of questions related to like beauty treatments and modeling and Botox and that kind of stuff. As I turn 24, I wonder if medical beauty projects are necessary, such as IPL, M22, etc. I don't even know what M22 is, but I'm sure it's just another one of those procedures. I don't know. I'm 27 and I haven't done anything really. Like I still just use skincare products. I love using vitamin C. I think I want to start trying tretinoin this year. I just am worried that I'm going to break out, because I've heard that you can break out on it. But I also have like normal to dry skin. So I don't know if it's gonna make me break out or if it's just gonna make me really dry. I don't know. I would have to try it out and see. Yeah, I don't know what age you're supposed to start doing these things. I know that Botox is all the rage right now and everyone's getting Botox, but I personally think that getting Botox too young is kind of crazy, honestly. I'm obviously not a professional, so like who am I to speak on it? But from everything that I have learned in the industry, I've learned that you're supposed to get Botox when you have lines, like deep lines forming. And I don't have that right now. I think what makes me sad about it, and I understand the you know, transparency part of it, and I do think that that's good in a way, like everyone being more aware that this is a thing and talking about procedures and all of that. I think that there's something good to that, but what I truly think is that it's giving this false idea to women about how they're supposed to look and like what the standard of beauty is. And it's giving younger girls the idea that they need to change their face in order to fit like a certain look to be enough. And that's what I don't like about it. And honestly, like this is such a daft thing to say, but the other thing that I really don't like about it is that it's getting women to spend money on things that are so not important. I want to see women spend their money in productive ways, and I want to see women like set themselves up for success financially. It's something that is so empowering and something that is so important. And when we start pushing things like procedures and Botox and making younger women feel like this is necessary, we kind of steer them away from spending their money in a way that's actually like investing in themselves, you know what I mean? And there's a whole other argument to that as well, but that's just how I personally feel. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and then I'm probably gonna end this vlog so I can maybe edit it a little bit more before I go to bed. This question I really like. How do you deal with fear of the future? This is a 2-parter. I'm in a similar point in life as you and don't know what to do next, what my future will look like, etc. So I feel like this is so normal, and I've gone through this feeling multiple times in my life and in my career in New York. I think part of it has to do with the fact that this is not the most stable job. I mean, it's stable now and it has been for many years, but you truly just like never know what the year is going to look like or if you're going to work next month. And so I think for me personally, that always adds a level or a layer to that sense of fear. On the other hand, I try and think of the fact that nothing is really guaranteed, right? Like there's always something to fear about the future, whether it's like how long we're going to live or what career we're going to have, or if we're going to meet someone, or if we're going to be able to have kids. And like if we're constantly in the state of fear and thinking about like what may or may not happen, then we're really not enjoying the present, you know? Yeah, I feel like figuring out where this feeling is coming from is really important, because it could be something that you're making yourself believe, or it's like coming from outside people saying things that are not necessarily helpful and make you doubt yourself. Or it could be coming from a place where you're not like fully feeling fulfilled. I also think you kind of have to ask yourself, like, what is it that you're scared of? Are you scared of not succeeding? Are you scared of a career ending because this person said that they're in a similar point in life? I don't know if that means age or just like in the same career. But like ask yourself, what is it that you're scared of? And what needs to be different for you to not feel this feeling? Like, is there more you could be doing with your time or your life? Is there something that you're ignoring, that you know needs to change, but you're scared of taking that step? Like just getting curious about your own feelings and like experience that you're having is already huge, and writing these things down, you know? And if you're still stuck, send me a message. Seriously. I would love to talk it through with you. Okay, I know I said I was only gonna answer 2, but I feel like I can answer both of these pretty quickly. So, what is your plan with your coaching? Will you eventually stop modeling to pursue that? No, I will not stop modeling anytime soon in order to pursue another career. That's not really like the point of why I'm doing it right now. There's so many things that I would still need to do in order to actually make that full-time shift. And it's not something that I really want to do right now. I still love modeling so much. I love traveling. I feel like I still haven't like fully hit that ceiling, and so it would be a shame for me to let that go after working for it so hard. So for right now, it's something that's going to supplement my life and something that is really fulfilling for me to do and really fun for me to work on the side, but modeling is still going to be my number 1. And then the last question, what's the future of your YouTube channel? Which I think is the question of the year for me, at least. No, I mean, I told myself that I would continue vlogging this year and sharing this new phase of my life and just like continuing to share my life in New York. Like, how cool is it for me to be able to do that through so many different phases in my life? And I think the content will change a little bit because I'm going to be doing different things, and even though I'm done with the program, I'm still going to be trying to build a business and figuring out how to get clients and all of these things that I will probably end up sharing. And another thing that I really want to do this year is start sharing things that I do in my own daily life to be more productive, to keep myself sane, like all these things that are related to coaching that I do for myself. And so I guess I just have to figure out what the best way to share that is. For now, things are gonna stay as is, if I can stay on top of my schedule. That's it for the questions. I'm gonna have to reheat my tea now because I didn't manage to drink it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this spontaneous little vlog. I love y'all very much. If you have any more questions or anything, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message, and I will see you guys in the next one.